Philly cheesesteak. Who doesn't love a good Philly cheesesteak? But today, we're not putting it on bread. Oh no, we're gonna stuff it into a pasta shell. We're gonna make a Philly cheesesteak stuffed shell pasta casserole. Ooh, that's a mouthful, but it's gonna be a mouthful of good. Welcome back to Annie's Smoking Pot. I, of course, am Annie. This is my tiny kitchen, big flavors. Today, we are taking Philly cheesesteak, but I don't want to put it in bread. I don't want to put it on a roll. I want to put it in these right here. These beautiful little pasta shells. Now, they have been par cooked. You've all seen pasta boil, so I'm not going to bore you with that. I did it ahead of time. They're cool to the touch, so now I can handle it. So now let's just get that stuffing made up. Now I've got some thin sliced steak right here that I'm going to chop up for inside the shell, but I'm going to reserve some of it, and you'll see why in just a little bit. We want to make this into nice little cubes so that they'll go in there beautifully. So we're just going to slice away and chop, 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 chop. You just want to make them into little pieces like this so that they fit beautifully into the shells. And this, we're going to add it to our bowl of ricotta cheese. The next ingredient on a Philly cheesesteak is a pepper. I know, don't give me grief about it. It's a green pepper, my most hated pepper in all the land, but this is my husband's favorite sandwich, and a Philly cheesesteak has green peppers. It just does. So that's what we're going with. Get out all those little ribbings and the stems, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna reserve half of it. You'll see why in a minute. The other half, we're gonna dice up into nice little bite-sized cubes. Oh, that was right in the eye. Oh, juicy. Oh my God. Oh, thank gosh, yes, it was not a jalapeno. Oh, right in my eye hole. Ooh, well, that's gonna burn for a while. Whew, that's all right. Gotta keep cooking. I got one good eye. That's all you need. And into the same bowl. Last but not least, our onion. We're gonna do the same thing. We're going to dice some of it. We're gonna reserve some. Again, I'll tell you why later. Let's dice this up. And into the bowl. And now we mix. I know ricotta cheese is not a cheese that is normally associated with a Philly cheesesteak, but it's going to help that filling stay in the pasta, and it's just going to add some flavor and some creaminess to this dish. Perfect. Let's stuff some shells. Just like that, we're going to do the rest. When you have a tray full of stuffed shells, now you can move on. The reason almost fell over. I've got a bum foot. Please forgive me. The reason I've got them in this, they will go into a baking dish. We've got something else we need to do before that baking dish is ready for these items. Now, let's go ahead. These leftover pieces, we're just going to slice them into just nice thin slices. Same with the onions, just thin slices. And that steak, thin slices against the grain. So if you want to know how to figure out the grain, if you pull it like that, that shows you the grain runs this way. So we're going to slice it against the grain. That way it's more tender when you eat it. And just thin slices of this as well. Now we're going to make a bechamel sauce. A bechamel sauce consists of butter in our pan. We want to let that melt down. As always, description below, full recipe of all the ingredients and the measurements, so you don't have to try to look at my measuring cup to see, oh, it's 2 cups of milk. You don't have to look at that kind of stuff. It's all right there for you, next to that like and subscribe button. All right, once that is melted, we're darn near close. We're gonna add in our flour. And with the flour, you wanna get it incorporated into that butter. This is what's making our roux. You wanna let it cook for at least a minute because you do not want that raw flour flavor. When we're at that stage, we're gonna add our milk. I'm gonna turn the heat down, and you wanna get it just mixed up really well, and then we need to bring this to a boil because it's going to thicken as we do that. While that's doing its thing, you know how I am about shredding cheese. It takes me forever. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. We are using pepper jack. Philly cheesesteaks use either a Cheese Whiz or an American cheese, but there's nothing standard about me. Oh no, I like to do things my own way. I like to do things a little different. So we are using pepper jack to add a little bit of wonderful, cheesy, spicy flavor. Let's get this to a boil and get it thickened. And you want to continually stir this when it gets to this point. Otherwise, you could run the risk of it burning to the bottom of the pan. All right, since it's almost there, we're gonna add a little salt and a little pepper. And this is just to taste. You add as little or as much as you want. We're almost there. And the way I know that is when I pull my spatula across, I can see the bottom. All right, let's add some cheese. Here we go. Oh, right there. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off because tiny home living, can't run two things at once. And I need to get my air fryer. Yeah. Oh, did I tell you that? We're doing the air fryer, of course. You can do it in an oven if you'd like. But we're going to go ahead and get that preheating right now at let's go 400. We're going to go 400. And this is going to take about 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm going to set it for 15. Check it after 10. You'll see what it looks like when it's done to judge how long yours needs to go for. Let's construct now. Cooking spray. Just so the stuff doesn't stick. And we're gonna put a little bit of the bechamel in the bottom of the pan. And you guessed it, in go our shells. Now you remember those that we sliced? Of course you do. Those, we're just gonna layer right on top. This is just going to add more Philly cheesesteak flavor. It doesn't have to be pretty, just put it in there. I may never eat a Philly cheesesteak sandwich again. Same thing, just spread them out willy-nilly. It's not like a pizza. And you guessed it, more bechamel right on top. Here we go. Ooh, that's got some girth to it. And that's it. I'll see you back here when it's done. It's done. It smells like a Philly cheesesteak in my house. It's fabulous. Oh gosh, it weighs a good ton. And that right there, that's what you're looking for. Golden brown. Delish. Oh, it smells like a Philly cheesesteak. Let's see how it looks. From my side, it looks fabulous. It smells fabulous. I bet it's gonna taste what? Fabulous. I'm going in because, you know, it's my job. It's my job to go in. It's a rough job, but somebody's got to do it. It's Annie's steaming plate. Time to change the channel of the name. Time to change the name of the channel. It tastes exactly what you would expect it to taste like. It tastes like a Philly cheesesteak in pasta without the bread. It's fantastic. That pepper jack cheese just hits you right here. Oh, absolutely amazing. Try it. You're going to like it. I promise. If you change yours up a bit, let me know in the comments below how you did it. If you did a different cheese, if you did a different pasta, let me know how you like it. As always, thank you so much for joining me here at Annie's Smoking Pot. And until next time, bye. It tastes like a freaking chili feast steak in pasta. Like crazy.